Hello, this is checkpoint 2.1 from section 2.1. They want us to find the region R, where R is bounded by f of x is equal to x over 2 plus 5, and g of x is x plus 1/2 over the interval from 1 to 5. So the first function is going to have a y-intercept at 5. So let's just say this is 5. And then it has a slope of 1/2. And then the other one has an x-intercept of 1/2. So that's further down here. And has a slope of 1. So that's going to be a little bit steeper. Eventually they'll cross, but I don't think they will cross before 5. And that is going to be our set of limits. We're going to go from 1 to 5. And we can also double check to make sure that if we put a 1 in for f of x, we're going to have 5 plus 1/2. So that's over here 5.5. And then if you put 1 in for g of x, then you're going to get 3/2. So the first function, f of x, is still going to be larger. And if you put 5 in there, you're going to get 5/2 plus 5. So I believe that's 10 plus 5, 15/2 would be the y value for the f of x function, and the g of x function, if you put 5 there, you get 5.5, which is still going to be less. So I think all in all here, that the f of x function is still going to be bigger than g of x function. Maybe we can write that down. F of x is bigger than or equal to, or just bigger than really, g of x on the interval 1 to 5. So when we set up our integral, we can just have f of x go first and g of x go second, all throughout that integral from 1 to 5. All right, so that's it. We'll find the area is equal to the integral from 1 to 5 of the f of x function, which is x over 2 plus 5 minus the g of x function, which is x plus 1/2 dx. So this is our integral, and the rest of the work is just solving for this integral. I'm going to combine them first. I see the x's over here. So I'll say this is equal to the integral from 1 to 5, and I'll collect all the x's. So that's 1/2 x minus x. So that's 2 over 2, and that is a negative 1/2 x. And then I have a 5 minus 1/2, so that's 4.5. Let's write that as a fraction. That would be 9/2, and that's positive. So I think this is going to be easier to integrate than doing 4 terms. You just do 2 terms after you do simplification. So the integral of x is x squared over 2, and there's a negative there, so it's negative, and then the 2 and the 2 from the 1/2 and the 2 from the integral will give you a 4 in the denominator times x squared. And this is just a constant, so this will be a 9/2 x. And we're going to integrate this, or evaluate this, from 1 to 5. We'll put 5 in first. And so that's 25 over 4 with a negative. Plus, this is a 5 times 9 is 45 over 2. And that's a positive. And then we'll subtract when we put 1 in here. So that's negative 1/4 plus 9/2. And we'll do some combining. I have a 25 minus 1 all divided by 4. Oops, this is a plus, so 25 plus 1. Negative 25 plus 1, so that's negative 24 over 4. And then we have a 45 minus 9. So I believe that's a 36 positive over 2. And so these can be simplified. I get a negative 6 here and a positive 18. So that's going to be 12. Okay. All right, so that's our result for the integral. That is the area in here, and so whatever units we're dealing with, it should be a square unit. So we'll put U for units and then squared to say that it's units squared. All right, hope that helps.